We got fights in about 24 hours. There's weigh-ins on right now. The MVP weigh-ins. I'll play some footage of that. Hopefully, I don't get copyright strike. That is the biggest fear for guys like myself who YouTube, any sort of social media content. You don't want to get copyright. So I play it very careful. I want to say thank you to all the support. It's 2026, new month, new year. Our JSB Insider group, our professional betting Discord, boxing, MMA, American football, hockey. We're growing. We're going into our 6th month. We have about 350 JSB Insiders in there. I want to welcome our newest member, Henke Kernion, 2844, just joined. If you want to join, that link is pinned in the comment section. You could join on Discord. You join on YouTube or on our Patreon. Each one, whatever one you join, will get you into the Discord, but each one has its own perks, right? So I share certain members only content in our Patreon that you might not be getting on YouTube. And Discord, you get all of my bets, and you get to become part of that community. Whatever one you choose, you get into the Discord. It's only a couple bucks a month. Click that link. I want to say welcome to our newest member, Henke Kerniwan. He just joined. We're a growing community. If you have any questions, you need any help, just message me. Still good. Mike from Melbourne. I'm going to start taking your questions now. What's up, Johnny? My parlay for the weekend at 203. Yankee on the money line. Bridges, Serrano, and fight to go the distance. I like it, man. Look, make an announcement. Let's make an announcement from the rafters, whatever you want to say. Whatever your units are, however much you bet, whether it's 10 bucks, 25, 100, 1,000, this is technically, this card is just getting us to next week, right? Just go half unit. I'm not going heavy. I'm not betting the house on anything. I have given you my picks, though. I've given my long parlay. That's up on Instagram and YouTube. I've given you my 2-leg method of victory that pays plus 370. I've given you my prop of the week. All of those bets are in the Discord as well as the Patreon. You guys have those. We could go over all this. I don't really generally like taking any of the female fights by stoppage. You know, I talk about this all the time. You guys probably are tired of hearing me say it. Gabby Fundora by stoppage. I'll do that. Everyone else, I'm gonna take the fight to go the distance. So I like that. I like this bet, Mike. I mean, we'll pull the odds up here in a second. Humble Crumble, what's up, big dog? Hopefully you're well as well. Hopefully everyone's well, man. That's all we could ask for. Life is short. Life is fleeting. Just like that, it could end. So whoever you're with, hopefully you're around people who love you. Hopefully you surround yourself around people who care about you and don't take life for granted and on some real levels. So that's how I live my life. Appreciate you, Humble. Big shout out, Sheesh, man. I'm thinking on just taking Yankee money line. Do it. Yo, I got talked into the Yankee by stoppage yesterday, but I'm gonna own my shit. So I had Nick from Breaking Bad Boxing on yesterday on our live stream. If you didn't catch that, you could catch that on my channel. And he sold me. He sold me on Yankee by stoppage, and I'm going to roll the dice on that. I like it. I like his play. More importantly, I want I like Nick's research. He puts a lot of work in. I don't see many guys who put as much work in as I do. And we all have our other lives as well. I don't do this full time. I treat this like a full-time job, though. I'm organized. I put, a lot of hours in this, but I have a couple other things I do as well. So when I see guys who put as much energy as I put into things, I want them to succeed. So Nick sold me on my live stream yesterday. We talked a lot. And you guys will be seeing more Nick Breaking Bad Boxing. We're doing a Thursday nightly MMA live stream starting next week. I'm also launching my Stats Don't Lie video series, MMA style. I have the boxing style. I'm doing MMA as well. So that is a new launch for the new year. You like Serrano fight to go the distance. Explain myself. It's Amanda Serrano. She doesn't really, as of late, she's not knocking people out. Opponents younger. Statistically speaking, she's had one stoppage in the last few years. She's not a big puncher. She's a volume puncher. I think her opponent is fighting on a couple, short notice, but was in camp young. Amanda's not the youngest, in the world. And like I said, I'm not about to bet any girl fight stoppage unless your name's Gabby Fundora. So that's why I like that fight to go the distance. Nick was pretty convinced. You were really convincing back there. It's like the scene in Pineapple Express when they're in the woods and where's your phone? My phone has been smashed. What do you mean your phone has been smashed? You were really convincing back there. But yeah, he was convincing. I'm leaning towards Yankee, man. You guys, if you watch the live, you'll know what I'm talking about. You know, we were pulling up old fight records. He was talking about, you know, and John, don't get it twisted. Gonzalez did quit on his stool against Princess Alasquaga, and he's been stopped every time he's lost. He's been stopped, and you know, I want Nick to succeed, and I'm gonna lean in with that energy too. I think he made a great point for Yankee to win by stoppage. I think so I'm just letting that's where I'm leaning, and I'm agreeing with him on that. Yeah, I think Gonzalez is on his way out. I do. He doesn't look hungry to me. We've seen him quit multiple times, to be honest with you, and I think that it's really impossible to look good. Guys, we watched Yankees last fight. I had the live stream on. He fought a guy that's really hard to look good against. In that fight, Rivera was, you know, taken down twice. He was elbowed. He was rabbit punched. He was headbutted. So, you know, I think there is an argument to be said that Yankees going to have a, you know, going to overperform or have, you know, want to put himself in risky positions. You mix that with Gonzalez's history of sometimes psychologically checking out. Also, Gonzalez is one of these guys that has been floating weight classes back and forth, up and down. He's going back up. He's going back down. He's going back up. That just and at 34 years old, I'm not confident in him. So I like Yankee. I think what is it plus 150. So that's where I'm going to lean there. King pound for pound. Hit the like. Listen to the King. Could y'all just listen to my man real quick? Wherever you guys are tapping in from, let's do it. I don't care for the money when wagering. It's just a way of incentive. Yeah, bro. Mike, you just hit it. You just went the nail and the hammer. That's exactly right. You know, it's like the line in Heat. The Michael I always forget his name. No, I always confuse him with Michael Madsen. I share on my Instagram all the time. One of my favorite movies is Heat. There's a scene towards the middle, towards the end, where the boys, you know, Robert De Niro's gang, they're kind of found out, and it's De Niro, Val Kilmer, um, a couple of the other boys are standing around in a vacant lot and they're talking about, you know, should we rob this bank? And one of the boys is like, it's not about it's about the juice for me. So yeah. Depth, my guy, what's up? What's up, guy? Checking in. Just got off the MVP wins. I like Serrano, Bridges, Rosado, Rivera, Chaparro for show. Let's go. Let's get that money. I like it. I'm gonna pull up let's see if we can do this. We will pull up the footage. Here we go. Here we go. This is for the G's and this is for the hustlers. This is for the hustlers. Now back to the G's at ease. Hanging with the dog pound. Biatch. All right, so I'm going to share this screen. You guys know I'm an old head. You know us old heads gotta talk. I'm at that old age where you're going through the drive-through. You gotta lower the music. Whoever's in the whip, y'all gotta be quiet. I gotta talk myself through the order. That's what I'm doing. Here we go. We'll see if we can watch. So one of the boys asked for Bomba and Yankee. Let's just watch that real quick. Yeah, right now Yankees a plus 150 to win by stoppage. You know, there's not really much there. You know, both guys make weight. We'll see what happens. Both guys need a good performance. Like I said, I question, but I mean, Bomba's in shape. These guys are true professionals. They're always going to be in shape. King of Fitness. Yankee money line fight to go the distance. Holmes versus Hunt. Yeah, I like that a lot too. I like Holmes. I like all the girls to go the distance. I'm only betting on one fight. The only fight I'm betting method of victory to get stopped is Yankee versus Gonzalez. Bamba fought several Chinese, Japanese, hell of experience. I think he's on the way out though. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't looked good as of late. This is Ebony Bridges by decision is minus 200, kind of high. This is a feeder fight. This is a layup for Ebony Bridges. She's part of the in crowd. She's part of the cool kids. She's been out for 2 years. She had a baby with Kell Brook. This is a layup. They're setting up her versus Sugar Neeks. So it's they're not even trying to hide it. This is a setup fight for an all Australian showdown. Ebony Bridges versus Sugar Neeks. That's the fight. This fight gets her back in the sort of public conversation after she's been gone for about 2 years. This is a layup. I hear people talk about Bridges. Nah, no. Come on, guys. We have to do, but I mean, clip this if I'm wrong, but I'm coming from a business side of things. Do you guys remember when I had Paulie on? Malignaggi was on a couple weeks ago with Tommy Ranone, and Paulie said it perfectly. He was like, when you boys are, betting, putting your money down on these fights, you can look at resumes, you can look at film study, you can, break fights down and talk about what they've done for me lately and their most recent performances. But you also must always mention the politics of the game. Don't ever forget that. The politics of the game. Ebony Bridges versus Sugar Neeks is the fight they're making. And that's going to be promoted. That's going to be a main event. It's going to be an all Aussie showdown. It's going to be for Sugar Neeks' belts. And there's some vitriol behind it because Ebony Bridges, people forget, Ebony Bridges was that bitch before she went away. And that's a compliment. Ebony Bridges was the one breaking the internet on the weigh-ins with her lingerie, and now everybody's doing it. Ebony Bridges was kind of like that pioneer initially, at least in the social media era of the Instagram, TikTok era of breaking the internet during the weigh-ins with the lingerie popping. That was Ebony. And she disappears, and she's kind of like, y'all must have forgot Q Roy Jones Jr. You know what I'm saying? So that's the setup here. I'd be shocked if she loses. Got to be honest with you. Yankee possible, of course, 100%. Look, it's called betting and gambling for a reason. The safest bet is not to bet. For real, bro. Nessie Nonar. The safest bet, don't bet. It's gambling. But the safest bet Yankee versus Bombo is don't bet. And then from there, Yankee on the money line. And then the next, if we had to do a level, I'm just being real with you. If we had to do a level of safety, level 1, don't bet. Level 2, Yankee on the money line. Level 3, Yankee by decision. Level 4, the riskiest, Yankee by stoppage. I'm taking the riskiest as my method of victory. But this is, you know what I'm saying? This is the game within the game. This is the juice. This is why we play the game. But there are arguments on all sides. There's educated conversations to be had. It's not like we're just throwing shit on the wall and hopefully it sticks. If you would have tuned in yesterday to my live stream, I had another Savage on, and he was breaking down his film study, and he would have convinced you to take Yankee by stoppage. But with information and with research, we were doing film study. We were playing Bomba's stoppages in which, every time he loses, he gets stopped. We were playing, the time he recently quit against Princess. So, there are arguments on both sides. And then the argument on the points decision is, Yankee had a draw in his last fight, went life and death with a really awkward opponent. So hopefully that answered you for a bit. She's been off 2 years, have a baby. Yeah, Kell Brook was like, yippee-yi-yo, yippee-yi-yay, wanna bump that body, baby. Wanna bump that body. Wanna bump that body, don't stop. Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yay, wanna bump that body, baby. We're about to look at the odds, boys. Body bumping, baby. Body bumping, baby. You don't know nothing about that. That's public announcement. You don't know nothing about that public announcement, do you? That's why you're looking at me. All right. Wow, I didn't even, I gotta be honest with you. I didn't even see this fight. They must have just released some of these odds. Mike from Melbourne. I can see Serrano stopping Tellez. Her opponent has never done 3 rounds before Tellez is short notice. Yeah, for sure. Bro, that is the conversation. Short notice. She's shorter. The other argument is Serrano's not a puncher. She's not a one-punch knockout artist. She's old. Her opponent's young, that young energy. Serrano has a lot of volume early, kind of like settles into a fight and just kind of. I expect a boring fight. I'm not a big fan of these 10 3-minute round fights with the ladies. I like the 2-minute firefights. That's not me being misogynistic. I just think in terms of action, output, what the product is. You know what I'm saying? The product of women's boxing for me is a 2-minute product. That shouldn't. I don't even know why that's controversial. That shouldn't be controversial. The boxing product should be 2 minutes. That's all I'm saying. But that's the conversation for people with more money than me to have, not me. Cause I ain't nobody. I'm just a motherfucker. Yeah, I ain't nobody. Gas fill, cause that's you standing on business. Good. You know, good. You standing on business. Let's get it, brother. That's why we get along. Guys, so I still don't think y'all saw that last fight. Too good, bro. Swear he looked there. I still don't think y'all saw that last year. We streamed it. I thought he looked good. I just thought that he was fighting a guy who wasn't boxing him. You thought he was the one playing dirty. Interesting. Word that 10 times 3 scare me a little. I think the 10 times 3 plays, favors the decision, to be honest with you. Because it's not like these are like power punchers. These are ladies. Amanda's up there now. She's had a lot of fights. And I think that some people might be getting honey-dicked by that knockout to win ratio. When you look at Amanda's record, she has a lot of knockouts over a lot of people you've never heard of a long time ago. And that's no offense. Amanda, legend of the game. But let me repeat that. Amanda has a lot of knockouts over a lot of women that you've never heard of a long time ago. So I think people see that and oh shit, this is a knockout artist. Shit, she fighting a girl on short notice? Oh shit, I ain't never heard of that girl. Oh, this is easy money. She about to get that knockout. I think that's what people are thinking. I'm looking at it from a bigger picture perspective. Statistically, oh, who's fighting? Guys or girls? Girls. Oh, okay. Uh, how long's the fight? Oh, it's long, 3 minutes. Oh, the girls are fighting, not guys. Oh, Gabby Fandor's not fighting. Oh no. Who's fighting again? Oh, okay. Points, distance, point. And then you do your film study. You watch these fights. You've seen Amanda fight before. You know her style. So yeah, I'd be shocked if there's any ladies who end the show. If I could see somebody stopping somebody, and this is just straight up physicality, punch power, it would look. I have Holly beating Stephanie Hahn pretty easily. Like if Stephanie Hahn fades in the mid to late rounds, like that could be the one that I'm worried about because Holly, the one thing she's going to get stronger, her cardio, it's one of her greatest weapons. Her backhand, when she starts sitting on her punches and not moving, I mean, I could see Hahn fading. And so that's the one I'm worried about. I'm worried about Hahn getting stopped, believe it or not, even though I have Holly on points. I think at $1.88. Yeah, I have Bombo winning in a parlay. Get it then, Magic Kush player. Get your money. The last thing I'm ever going to do is talk anyone out of their picks. You guys don't come here to get talked out of your picks. You come here to riff. I brought this up yesterday. It's like we are old men drinking by the cooler, or, I use this analogy. This is a better analogy. One of my good childhood friends is a very famous stand-up comic. When he performs in Australia or I go to America to see him, and I'm hanging out with him before he goes on stage or the other comics in the back, they're all just clowning. And I'm like, Tony, what, they call it riffing. Comics will riff off each other. They'll work out new content. They'll work out new material, maybe a bit they want to try, maybe something they want to take a risk on stage, and they'll see how it goes in front of the boys. So this we're riffing, you know, except we're doing it from an educated perspective, wagering money on these fights, and we have a history. I keep all the receipts. Just look at the winning percentage. Nobody's 100% in this game, but we got a really good winning percentage. So that's what we're doing here. No one's trying to get mean spirited about it. If we disagree, we disagree. But if anything, you guys over time, you guys, the longer you're here, the more you'll develop your own game, your own strategy. And what I want from everybody is to believe in yourself. Like how, who just said it? Gasville said he didn't talk me out of my picks. That's what I'm talking about. That's called you did your work and you believe in your picks. So that's what we're talking about. That's what I want from everyone. So there are those fights, though, where we flip-flop. There are those fights where we flip-flop and we get it wrong. 2-1 stand out for me last year, and I don't want to talk about it. Look at the boys. Guys, wherever you're tuning in, can we like this video? I'm seeing everybody chatting. We got to get the likes up. We got to get the subs up. We got to get the conversation up. We got to get our money up, baby. Alicia couldn't do it in 12. Serrano. Yeah, Serrano. I just don't. Guys, and this is... And it's nothing against Serrano, and it's nothing against Alicia. It's just what we see in the sport. I think it should be a 2-minute product. And why are we comparing men and women? Like, it shouldn't be a comparison. Men fight 3, so we should fight 3. No. The men's product is 3 minutes. The female product is 2 minutes. Why is that controversial? California demo was crack-a-lacking. I like the over. Same. Bro. Good pick. Now we're now we're dissecting. Now we're digging archaeologists. We're looking for bets that we haven't spoken about yet. People are talking about decision. People are talking about stoppage. But now, I mean, think about our biggest hit last weekend. We just hit in Japan, by the way. Y'all just act like that didn't happen. But the fight card in Japan on Wednesday night, we all hit. But last weekend, our biggest victories were the overs. The Inoue fight and the Junto fight, our wins came because all you guys were picking stoppages and knockouts. We picked over 5.5 and over 8.5, and we hit. And so this is California demo brings up a good point. Sometimes we can get blinded or distracted by the money line or distracted by the outcome. But sometimes, you know, the answer is right in front of us. Over 7.5 at -120. Bro, I like it. I just keep remembering when I got burnt on Serrano versus Morgan going the distance. See, and the longer you're in this game, Big Shadow, the more examples we're going to have of us getting burned, right? Johnny, you heard a Yankee opponent saying he lost that fight. He must have said that on purpose or it's delusional. I don't trust Bombo, mate. I don't trust Bombo Gonzalez, dude. I don't. I think he's in it for the show. I don't trust him at this. I think Yankee's going to get his money. Mike Ross, Tellez is really nice hands, but she should be at least 112 flyweight, in my opinion. Young. What is she? She's young too. There's something about sometimes when you see your name in the marquee for the first time. Like somebody called me out. In one of my shorts, I said that I was breaking down Holly Holm versus Stephanie On, and somebody was like, "That's not even the main event. Why aren't you breaking down Amanda versus Tellez?" And it just had me think, like, wow, that's interesting. And on your point, the young fighter who's coming up on short notice sees her. She's the main event. Tellez. I think that does something for fighters. I think that'll give her a little bit of an extra push. I mean, we'll see if the moment's too bright because she is in there with Amanda Serrano. You know, the female boxing's one of female boxing's GOAT. We'll see if the moment's too bright for her. Gasville, let's go. Victor, ain't seen you in a minute. Let's go, Jake. What's crack-a-lacking? What can I wrap with Matthias from this weekend? Ooh. Holly and Matthias. We playing with house money. We have a lot of fights next week, and we'll bring them up in a second. Javier Herrera. A lot of people have been asking me about this fight. All right, let's just pull. Let's go over first to answer my boy Jake Bellinger's question. He wants something because Jake knows I'm playing Subaru as well. The closer we get to fight night, I think Subaru is gonna just showcase on old Dalton Smith. But who would I pair? Because we know Subaru is what $1.80 right now. If you take Subaru and so Yankee on the money line. Let me clear these bets. I got all these D-gen bets, y'all boy. I don't even want y'all boys to see them joints. All right, so let's go Yankee at $1. This is just money line. See, and that dude, that is a good parlay piece. We're all trying to get sexy. I'm only playing the knockout because of my boy. So I'm playing, but I also have Yankee on a parlay and money line. So $1.37 is a good parlay piece to juice one up. You take that. And then let's see what Subaru's paying. Yesterday or 2 days ago, Subaru was at $1.70. I'm hoping all this British money comes in on Dalton and we get Subaru close to even money. It might go the other way though. Hopefully nobody's watching the live streams. So it's still at $1.71. So we're at plus money already. I think that's what I would do, Jake. I don't know your unit. I don't know, meaning that if you guys are new to the stream, a unit is your average bet, what you generally bet. Some boys in our Discord are betting 1,000 a fight. Some bet, dude, we have a guy in there 50,000. That's ridiculous. You know, if it's $10, if it's $25, if it's $50, if it's $100, whatever your bankroll is, your average bet is called a unit. So here, we're plus 134, bro. I think Yankee coming off that weird ass fight last fight, Bubba Gonzalez, I think he's on the way out. I think it's in his DNA when things are getting tough, he quits. I would take him and Subriel plus 134. $100 gets you your money back plus $134. I think that's pretty good. Meme, meme, man? You've been the Discord link is pinned in the comment section, meme. So click the link that's pinned here in the comment thread. It's a couple bucks a month, get access. We need a couple more to hit 350. We're close. We're sitting at about 340 something JSB insiders. So that's how you join. Yeah, Johnny, it's been a while, brother. Can't wait for the Bros fight. Betting on the ladies. Victor, my guy. Been a while, Victor. Happy New Year, brother. Kiza in the house. Kiza, what were you taking? You were taking straight, dude. Me and Kiza were taking strays in the Discord yesterday, boy. People were trying to pull up receipts for different reasons, but it's good to see you, Kiza. Cabio the body snatcher. Yeah, Cabio's an animal. Hopefully he gets. Hopefully 2026 is a good year for him to get these fights. Big Shadow put over 7.5 in the Serrano fight too. Let's see what that looks like. These guys, by the way, these are my favorite parlays. The one we built together. Just so you guys know, the Japanese or the Riyadh season parlay we hit last week, the Inoue over and the Nakatani over, and then the Yabuki money line, we built that on the live stream. So sometimes the boys are like, sometimes in the Discord, the boys are like, you didn't post that. I ain't see that. Where'd you post that ticket at? It's like, bitch, do I got a force feed on y'all? Do I got a spoon feed? We do. I do live streams every day. Watch the motherfucking lives, dude. You'll know what my bets are. But these are my favorites. So, Big Shadow, I'm gonna listen to you. We're gonna go back to the Amanda fight. We're gonna go over 7.5 and add it to this 2-leg and see what happens. Round betting markets. Bro, over 7.5, $1.53. That takes us to plus 258. So we have Yankee Rivera on the money line at 137, Subaru Matias on the money line at 171, and the over of Serrano and Tellez 153, 100 on this. Gets us our money back plus 258, plus 258. I like it. I'm not mad at it. It doesn't give me the option to join your Discord. The link is right there. Here, give me a second, big dog meme. I'll just put it up real quick. Meme, you have to join on YouTube to get to the Discord, by the way. I should have said that to you. So the link is pinned. You join our YouTube group, Johnny Says Boxing Insiders, for a couple bucks a month. And with that, I'll paste it right here. This is the link. Anybody wants to join the Discord, it's a couple bucks a month. Click that link. And then I'll send you the Discord link. Cheers, mate. What's up, Pablo? My dogs, this is the play of the week. Yak points, Crystal points, Holly points, Serrano points, Bridges points. What's that pay, Gasville? I like it. You know I'm on your side with this. I'm not pushing back on any of that. We're gonna do a little points parlay. Boxing booth. Was doing intervals in the gym and Johnny's son. Boxing booth. What's up, playa? Yeah, you caught me on. I was singing H-Town, public announcement. Live play Bomba. That's what I've been hearing. TJ, where you at? TJ. I need to get Chilltown. I'm about to message Chilltown, see if you got. Let me see if TJ sent me a message. TJ usually sends me voice memos. It's kind of like little mini Christmas mornings when I'm like, oh, Chilltown just messaged me. TJ, what's up, brother? Real quick, just wanted to see you read what your lean is on Yankee versus Bomba. I know we talked about it a couple weeks ago, but we got the fight in like 24 hours. Just interested. Right now, I like Yankee on the money line, and then I'm probably going to lean on that stoppage, considering Bomba's history as of late. Let me know, brother. When TJ responds back, I'll let everybody know. Usually, if he gets back to me this quick, I'll be shocked. I'll put his response in the Discord. He always says it's cool. Sent from Pet. Yeah, you need to buy them. Hold on, guys. So are some Discord? We have a VIP Discord, by the way. Yeah, I think that's where the issue comes. Meme, it's also on my page. So guys, if you want to join the Discord, go to my YouTube main interface and you'll see the links. Johnny Says Boxing. You could either sign up on YouTube, you could sign up through our Patreon, or you could sign up right on the channel. Hard Rock bumped the Serrano fight 8.5 to 10.5. Guys, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Just so the boys know, I'm gonna be going live again before the fight. So we got this live stream. I'm gonna stay on a little longer, and we got one more. Subaru's relentless arm punching style reminds me of Joe Joyce when he was on the undefeated run. He wears you down, Mike. I can. If Dalton even shows signs of fading, Dalton's going to be in trouble. Because, guys, what do we know about Subaru Matias? What we know about Subaru Matias is he is a cumulative power puncher. He's not a one-punch guy. He's not going to one-punch knock you out, but it's a cumulative. And so over time, and I talked about this earlier in the week, I think what happens with a lot of Subaru Matias's opponents is they feel that power initially and they don't think much of it, because it's not one-punch knockout power. And then over time, rounds will fly by. Fourth round comes, fifth round comes, and you've taken a lot of shots on your guard. And then your arms and your shoulders are starting to feel a little bit heavy. And then your hands are starting to fall. And then, you get hit with a body shot. You get hit with a body shot. And you start feeling your feet slowing down a bit. Next thing you know, it's a seventh round. And now you're standing in front of a guy like Matias. And we know that dude's cardio, his pressure, his pace, his feet are quicker than people think, his output. And then all of a sudden you're getting hit with these straight thudding shots. And, we've seen 96% knockout to win ratio. Other than the Alberto Puello close decision win, he loses to Petrion, and then he knocked him out in the rematch. So that's kind of how he operates. If Dalton Smith is going to have his best performance. That's what I'm banking on not to happen. That's why I love the Subaru Matias pick. It's one of my favorite fights coming up. I will be heartbroken if that fight something falls through, similar to what I was just as excited for Patty Donovan versus Liam Paro too, but that fight fell through. And Dalton Smith needs to have the performance of his career. He has a couple things going against him. He's the B side. He's fighting in Brooklyn. He's has to travel. I think it's his first fight in the States. He's coming off a flat performance against Matthew Germain. He's fighting a guy with such aura as Subaru Matias. And Matias, the style is stressful. I talked about that. The style. Johnny, do you know when Tellez was notified for the fight? I heard Tellez was in camp and then got this fight, 2 weeks ago? Let's see. We'll do this together. I'm like, oh yeah, I have another screen. We could just do this together. Randa Tellez short notice fight. So Tellez did miss weight. We'll read an article from Boxing Scene real quick. Randa Tellez receives chance of a lifetime to dethrone Serrano. Randa Tellez aims to make the most of a last-minute call to dethrone a legend. Tellez stepped in as replacement to face unified women's champ Amanda Serrano this Saturday. Does it give us an exact how long is replacing? Tellez is replacing Erica Cruz, who was originally set to face Serrano in the first meaningful bout of the year. Cruz was pulled from the fight after an atypical test result, which Cruz teams objects to. They pissing hot out here. What did Nate Diaz said? They're all on it. Tellez holds amateur wins. So Tellez, damn, they got my screen black. This is when you know your internet is a little bit bougie. I'll just read it to you so you can see my big ass head while this the internet sorts itself out. Okay, we're back. Tellez holds amateur wins over 2024 Olympian Alyssa Mendoza and Julie Rodriguez. As a pro, she's been fighting on undercards, building herself up to this position, beating gatekeepers such as Maria Salinas and Perla Lamelli. Tellez's last win was in September against Maya Perez, who held a record at the time of 20-29 with 4 draws. That bout took place at junior feather. Did we get our answer? The minute she heard that Cruz could be out of the fight, Tellez's team petitioned behind the scenes to land the bout. The 22-year-old from San Antonio, Texas, now has a chance of a lifetime. Yeah, like she was training, she put her hand up. They obviously see something, and we'll see. Hey boys, I want to thank everybody for helping Meme try to join. This is teamwork. 2 weeks notice, hopefully good enough for Tellez, right? I just want Tellez to go the distance. Since I've been betting boxing, I've never lost a Matias fight. Got 14-1 on par. Wow. You're a beast. I think Kiza, this is where, I'm gonna use that comment as hope for my pick too, because you know that I've been taking. I'm on the Matias train for this fight, but I'm 0-2 in my last 2 Matias fights. So shout out to you. Shout out to you taking them. Damn, you took the Perro on points. I took Subriel to beat Liam. Obviously, I lost that fight, and then I took Puello to beat Subriel, and I lost that fight. So I'm kind of torn. Hopefully, this fight we both get it right, and I could join you on the Subaru Matias winning streak bandwagon. See, and that's the cool thing about betting is that we're not fans of fighters. We're fans of winning. We're fans of the sport. This is the difference between our channel and a casual boxing channel. You're not going to come here to see a whole channel where we just glaze a group of fighters. We are a fan of the sport. So Kiza's comment is a perfect microcosm of that. He just said, I've been betting on boxing. I've never lost a Matias fight. Not saying that he's bet on Subriel every fight. It's just that he's bet properly for him to either win or lose, and he's won. And so in this fight, he likes Subriel against Dalton. I agree. I'm on that same side. I think it's too much too soon. I don't rate Dalton Smith, man. There's nothing in his tape that I like. like, if he is this explosive, athletic, power punching guy, where has he been at? I haven't seen that guy. And I'm just quoting what his management says, what his team says, what he says when he talks. So, and also, the Brits coming over to the States, not a lot of good track records. We also have to think about that. We have to pick up, patterns. We pick up patterns, right? Patterns aren't always accurate, but it is a pattern to think about. We get sold a lot internationally with British prospects, British contenders, and some of my favorite fighters are Brits, so I'm not an anti-Brit guy. I'm taking Josh Kelly to beat Bakr Murtazayev coming up. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this fight, I think Subaru, I think it's perfect for Matias to look good. He's one of the most entertaining boxers. I'm not arguing that. I'm also a Matias fan. I can't let. Nice. See? So you're a Matias fan, but you bet against him against Liam. I like that. That shows you that your analytical mind hasn't been. What's the proper adjective here? When part of those Italian mafia movies, when one of the mob guys, the feds trickle in and they end up buying them. Your mind hasn't been bought yet. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Luke? 100% agree on being a fan of the sport rather than a fighter, but being from Northern Ireland, we don't have many big names. So, dude, Lewis Crocker, let's go, Northern Ireland. It's a place that, dude, fighting runs in your DNA, brother. I'm glad you're here. We appreciate you here. And, yeah, that Paddy Donovan, Lewis Crocker. People, I think, it's Lewis Crocker, man, world champion in a fun division. Hopefully does he have anything on paper? I know they're talking about the Devin fight. Here's what bad news: Devinhaney versus Lewis Crocker fight is in serious jeopardy. Insulted by Billy Nelson, insulted by split from Lewis Crocker. Wow, Lewis Crocker left Billy Nelson. This happened like 9 hours ago. Luke, did you know this? Wow. Boxer Lewis Crocker has left his longtime coach Billy Nelson and is widely expected to link up with a new London-based trainer. The changing camps follows a successful 8-0 run with Nelson, which included winning the IBF World Welterweight title. The move has been described by some in the boxing community as an open secret, and speculation is currently focused on who his new coach will be. Is he going with Andy Lee? Reports suggest he's likely training with a London-based trainer, though his specific name has not been officially confirmed as of 26. This is not Crocker's first time making a change in his training environment. He previously altered his preparation for the Paddy Donovan rematch by training in Dubai to mix things up to avoid local distractions. I want to see Crocker versus Devin. We'll see what happens. Cocoa Power. Did I just read that right? Y'all wild. I think Matias fighting in his hometown versus Paro really messed him up. He didn't look his best, but I was happy for my bet. Get your money. Yeah, yo, rush to the yeah, yo, killer, bus, give me yeah, yo, that killer Cam, Purple Haze, Bridges by points, I agree, Rosado by points, yeah, look, it's a bet, the bet within the bet, the game within the game is we see who's going to win the fight, then we got to, if we're getting sexy, the odds aren't juicy enough on the money line, which they're not. We got to get sexy with it. How are they going to win the fight? Will they go overs? See what the overs are paying. I like the points and I like the overs on all three of those. My second best lay ever was Matias points plus 500. Damn, I'm salty. Because I took Puello was the only fight I lost on that card, and I had Puello winning I think either the 10th and the 12th, or the 11th and the 12th. I'd have to rewatch it. Puello and then Morrell. Dude, we were sweating the Morrell Katiev fight, boy. We were sweating that fight when Morrell got dropped. Did Morrell get dropped? Didn't he get dropped early? I know we were sweating it. I was happy that they gave Morrell the dub, but a lot of people were like that. It could have been a draw. Knockout exact outcome. Shiraz Berlant. Good boy. That's another one I lost. That's when I bet with my heart, not with my wallet. My pops, rest in peace. Big Terry. Terence Stavko. They called my dad Mr. T. He was a 6'4" Czechoslovakian monster of a man. He'd always say, Johnny, bet with your wallet, never with your heart. And I got emotional during the Berlanga Shiraz fight because I had beef with Turkey Al Sheikh. So I talked myself into a Edgar Berlanga bet. God damn, boy. Bet with your wallet, never with your heart. Remember that. I think so. I like distance here. All the invite links are expired. I will. I'll send you a new one. Meme, did you join? Let me see if I got a notification. Yeah, Meme. My guy, I got the notification. I gotta wait until I get off to send you the link. All right. Welcome. We got Meme in the house. We got our newest JSP insider. And then once I send you the link, Meme, if you have any questions once you're in the Discord, DM me. We'll still be good. Still good. I'm thinking taking Bakum on points. Get after it. When will Bakoli, Hergovich, Zhang, and them guys have a fight? I know, man. There's a lot of guys. I watched like a 10-minute piece that was done by one of these OG boxing forums on YouTube last night that kind of bummed me out. It was a BBOC, British Board of Boxing Council. I think that's what it stands for. And they were talking about how in the UK they're struggling with like they're struggling with smaller promotions. They're struggling with finding prospects, fights, basically the stepping stone fights to get you to the next level because there aren't like any TV deals, and a lot of these smaller promoters are being bought out and priced out by bigger promoters. And there's so many guys, man, that we want to see more active this year. We just haven't seen fighting forever. So, and you just listed the heavyweights, the big dogs. Yayo, how's this late? Bridges by points, Rosado by. I like all of these fights on points, Yayo. The only fight I'm taking to not go the distance tomorrow, shout out to Nick, my boy, is I'm taking Yankee to stop Bomba at plus 150. Does Ebony Bridges go the distance? Yes, Megan. What's up, Megan Campbell? I think so. I like the ladies to go the distance. I do. I think Tellez goes the distance. I think Serrano goes the distance. Look, and if you guys are just tapping in, we're almost 50 minutes into this live stream. If you're new on the channel, I say welcome. I do lives every single day. Unless Gabby Fundora is fighting, I've said it ad nauseum. What's her name? Enam Turif? The Turkish girl? There's a few ladies. Only a handful that I'll bet. Only actually two. Turif is new. Gabby Fundora is my go-to. That I'll bet to win by knockout. I was hyping up a Coley too. Everyone before the Anderson fight. Sandy's top level. They turn up 300 pounds. Boxing's a fickle sport. Johnny, will you bet on Berlanga fight? Dude, Resendez got elevated. I'm definitely betting on that fight, and I'm never. Dude, if we see that same Armando Resendez we saw against Caleb, Berlanga doesn't beat him. I do like Berlanga though, man. I'm sorry. I know he gets a lot of shit. People, look, I don't know what it is about my personality, but I don't mind shit talkers. We all come from somewhere. Whatever your upbringing was, however hard it was, however easy it was, we all have our own story. We all been through shit. If you're as old as I am, I'll be 44 in April. I'll be 44 in 3 months. So if you're as old as me, you've been through some shit at one point in your life, right? I think my natural personality, I like comedy. I've always used comedy as sort of a crutch in my life during dark, depressing times. So I like shit talkers. I like characters. I like fighters that, and if there's a fighter that the mainstream hates, I probably will like that fighter just for the sake of being a contrarian. So I like Berlanga. I think he's a character. Similar, Berlanga from a personality perspective. Berlanga and Teofimo Lopez kind of remind me of each other in terms of like how they operate, how they handle the media, and I like guys like that. I'm a big fan of Teofimo Lopez. I'm a much bigger fan of when he's boxing. Um, and I think a lot of you guys got salty with me when I said that Shakur is going to beat him. I think Shakur versus Teo, fingers crossed, both men go into that fight healthy. Fingers crossed we see that fight. I know it's going to happen at the end of the month. I want to see the best version of Teofimo. I want to see the best version of Shakur. I still think the best version of each guy, Shakur beats him. But I'm just glad that they're fighting. I like guys with that character. I've all like, growing up, uh, you know, Angel Man Freddy, El Diablo. I was a fan of Angel Man Freddy's personality. He was a bit dark, a bit different. Um, who's my name's slipping because I'm staying in the moment. My guy Boom Boom Mancini lost to him. Come on, legend. My point is, boxing, our sport, is perfect for these personality types. So that being said, even though Ed got knocked out against Shiraz, I want to see Berlanga win. You know what I mean? Like I don't like cheering for the demise of guys and it's not my personality. I'm not a hater. I'm not gonna like I know there are haters out here though. I've been dealing with haters my whole life though. But to put an exclamation point on that, I would tip Resendez, but I'd probably be cheering for Berlanga. I don't know why I cheer for Berlanga. I think because people talk shit about him. It's hard to explain. I'm a weirdo. Get in the Discord demo. I like shit talkers. Same. All right. Oh, California. All right, boys. We got some new Discordians. We got some new JSB insiders just from the chat. Boys, after I get off the live stream, and ladies, I will tag you guys and you'll go to the membership section, and then you'll get into the Discord. And once you're in the Discord, if you have any questions, just message me. Yeah, Victor, that's why we get along. Watch him win his belt in Puerto Rico. Johnny, some off-topic questions. Did you have Crawford or Canelo? Bivor better be. I just go, all right, King. I figured it was time to y'all would bring this back up. My favorite boxer of this era was Terence Crawford, right? Bud Crawford, and I was saying this dating back to the Ricky Burns fight. I grew up in the Midwest. I grew up in Northeast Ohio. Bud's an Omaha, Nebraska guy. I left Northeast Ohio when I was 18, but my roots are Northeast Ohio, Youngstown, Ohio. I come from a boxing town. So that being said, that sort of part of the country, it breeds certain styles of fighters. Bud Crawford is a throwback style of fighter. He was always one of my favorite guys to watch. And when he fought July 23rd, 2023, when he fought Errol Spence Jr., I was a bigger Errol Spence Jr. fan. I watched EJ in the amateurs when he turned pro. I was a big fan of that southpaw style. I was a big fan. I remember EJ's first pro fight. He won by first round knockout, and it was on ESPN. And the announcer said, the kid has everything. Plus, he has that $1 million smile. And Errol Spence watched his entire career, the ups and downs of what he had to overcome outside of the ring. That is a Hollywood movie script. Errol Spence's life. Even this is why people are waiting for the comeback. The car crash. It's miraculous he even survived that. The footage, we've all seen it. Him getting thrown out. He was in another car crash no one talks about. And I think that, like, going into that Bud Crawford fight, I told everybody in my breakdown, I'm an EJ fan, but I'm betting on Bud. So I took a lot of heat then. I won money on that fight. I picked Bud. Bud was what? That wasn't the popular pick back then, by the way, guys. It was only 2.5 years ago, but it wasn't a popular pick. So when it came around to him fighting Canelo, I was like, there's no way, dude. I watched Bud at 135. I watched Bud win titles at 40. I watched him at 47. We saw what he did with Madrimov at 54. I was like, scientifically, I grew up in a boxing gym. I went to my first boxing gym as a 7-year-old. Boxing until I was 15. There's weight classes for a reason. the science of the game, the revelry of the game, the admiration of the game, the respect of the game. I was like, there is no way Crawford could do this just based off of all the no hate against Canelo, no hate against Bud. So in my prediction, I just was leaning on the fact that I just don't see Bud being able to go to 68 and beat Canelo. So to answer your question, it was my biggest miss. It was my biggest miss of the last few years. But I mean, Canelo was the favorite. I took Canelo and I lost. And that's kind of a natural. That's a microcosm of how I bet, though. Just because I'm a fan of a guy, both instances, I was never a Canelo fan either. By the way, I was never a Canelo fan. Just so you know, I picked him to beat Bud, but it wasn't because I was a Canelo fan. Everything I just told you, and that's still up on my channel. All my receipts are up. You can watch what I said. Go to the Stats Don't Lie Fight Predictions playlist. You can see all of it. And I talked about that, and I said that, that it's gonna be, dude. I remember the 35 fight, how he fought at 35 against Ricky, and dude, damn, I watched his whole career. And so I just didn't think he'd be able to make that jump, man. We rarely ever see guys like that, and he proved me wrong. Biggest miss, probably my biggest regret betting miss probably ever was betting against Bud Crawford. And then Bivol or Better Beeve. Both fights were hard to predict. I predicted both of them, and I picked Better Beeve in both of them. So, one went my way, one didn't. Both were great fights. Both were close fights. Those receipts are up as well. You could check it out. Go to my fight prediction playlist. And how did you score Loma versus Hamby? Another great fight. I thought it was really close. This is one that people call me a Haney hater, by the way. People call me a Devin hater because I mean, I broke down the JC Ramirez fight. I picked Devin to win that fight. He won that fight. I picked Devin to beat Loma. He won that fight. But because I picked do you want to read the most hateful comments on my channel? I don't delete any comments, by the way. I don't block. I think I've blocked one person. If you guys ever get you start getting racist and misogynistic and prejudice and homophobic, then I'll block you. But if it's just like you're clowning my knowledge, I don't mind that. I like the hate, actually. I just don't like when you guys are mean-spirited about it. So my point is, I picked Brian Norman to beat Devin. Go read the comments, boy. And not even because I'm anti-Devin. I'm a Devinhaney fan. I got blinded by the light. I got blinded by that Jin Sasaki knockout. I got blinded by what Devin looked like against Ramirez. He didn't look that good. And we got to see that experience, man. So it's a great question. Cambosa's got a great personality. He does. I just talked my ass off for a long time, so I gotta catch up. Did you track your total units win-loss? Look, YTB, I appreciate the super chat. I know the boys in the States have this app. I tried downloading this app. We don't have anything like that in Australia to track. All I have like that are my receipts on the channel, and they're all public. So one day maybe I'll go through it and put a list together. Appreciate that answer. I Canelo for the same reason, lost money. Yeah, man. And dude, Bomac subscribes to my stuff. I talk to him on Facebook all the time. He's a social media friend. And I remember he was like, Johnny, he said, you done lost your money. You done lost your money. I'm salty. One of them guys you just don't get. I know. That's the quote of the live stream. Bud Crawford is that dude you don't bet against. 100%. Guys, don't fall for the fake rumors about a fighter retiring right now. People are trying to whoa. Guys, don't fall for the fake rumors about a fighter retiring right now. People are trying to profit heavily from deaths. What did I miss? From deaths. What did I miss? Are you talking about? I think Bud Crawford. If we're talking about I don't think Crawford's retired. I think we'll see Crawford fight again, if that's what you're talking about. But then I don't know what the deaths is. Loma won that. Just turned it on too late. I can't disagree. Johnny, you think Edwin is live? Bro, thank you for asking me about this fight. No one's asking me about this fight. Edwin De Los Santos versus Sugar Nunes. No, my bad. Not Edwin De Los Santos. Who are you? Sugar Nunes is fighting my boy fucking Navarrete. Emmanuel Navarrete. My bad. I had Emmanuel Navarrete in my mind versus Sugar Nunez. Are you talking Edwin De Los Santos? I'm in Australia. We just got to keep track as we go. Update total for the year every week. The only one we have is Juice Reel, but only works for Dabble. Thanks, brother. I'm actually an affiliate for Dabble. I didn't know this. You're in Australia? Appreciate you. Appreciate the support in the super chat. I actually do affiliate work for Dabble. It's just they don't have a lot of fights, man. Their fight offers, you know what I'm saying? Week to week, they don't have a lot of action, so I kind of forget about the affiliate. About the AJ incident where two people died since emotions of all. Yeah. Heartbreaking. Horrible footage, man. I did a couple shorts about the accident in Nigeria. You could one of the shorts you could see the footage of the car. I blocked out, dude. Hopefully nobody on this live stream saw the two bodies, but that is it's shocking anyone survived that wreck. Thank God people survived. Edwin versus Cota. Let me see if I'm getting these odds. I like Edwin De Los Santos, man. I like Dominican fighters though. Like I just love boxing, dude. I'm just a boxing head, I guess. I'm not getting that fight, mate. Edwin Rodriguez. Yeah, I'm not getting it. Does Moreau have a confirmed date? I don't know. I want to see Moreau versus Katiev again. Anybody want to see that? Moreau versus Katiev? I like him too. He had a draw against my boy Sanchez. Edwin with more pro fights. Nice. California Demo, where are you coming in from? How the heck you end up in Oz? Super chat, man. So I moved to Sydney in 2013. I was living in Las Vegas, finishing graduate school, and working in nightclubs of all things. I went to graduate school in Vegas for leadership and personal development, and I was teaching, but not really making any money. I was actually making more money bartending at nightclubs on the Las Vegas Strip. I bartended in a nightclub in Planet Hollywood, and I bartended at a club at the Wynn, a day club called Surrender. So I met a girl. She was a flight attendant. She lived in Sydney, and she would get free flights. So one time she just said, "Hey, you should come visit me in Sydney." I'd never been to Australia. I visited Sydney, and then I came back to Vegas and applied for my Australian visa, moved in 2013, and I just stayed. And I'm not with that girl. She was a cool chick at the time, right? But I just stayed and started coaching, started a fitness business, started my first podcast in 2015, wrote my first book in 2018, wrote my second book in 2022, so I got published in 2018. Yeah, so Australia's been good to me. I love it here. It's on Sportsbet. What am I tripping on? What fight, Daily? Could you give me the fight? Oh, Edwin Rodriguez. Sorry, boys. Sorry, boys. I'll bring it up. I'm sorry to sidetrack, but this is the fight I can't wait for. I cannot wait for this fight. I know that it might not be like on everyone's mainstream fight list, but fingers crossed March 1st comes and both guys are healthy. Navarrete versus Sugar Nunez. I mean, did I want to see Charlie Suarez get the chance to fight Vaqueta again? Yes. Do I think Charlie Suarez got the short end of the stick of it? Yes, but am I freaking stoked that Sugar Nunez versus Navarrete is happening? 100%. I love this fight for everything that is great about boxing. Mexico, fight styles, output, unorthodox fight styles. Navarrete, you know there's going to be some headbutts. There's going to be some knockdowns. There's going to be some elbows. I can't wait for this fight. I can't wait for the walk-ins. I can't wait for the ring entrances. I can't wait, dude. Hopefully this fight goes down. So I had Sugar on my mind when you were asking me about Edwin, but I'll bring it up. Johnny Five Leg, be honest. I'm always honest. Come on, yeah, yo. Rivera money line, I'm down. Bridges, before I continue, any girl fight on this by points I like. Rivera money line, I love it. It's on one of my parlays. Ebony by decision, yes. Rosado by decision, yes. Hawley on my parlay, yes. Serrano, this is in the Discord. Nah, you can keep asking. This is why we do this. I like it, mate. My last time asking MB, still good. San Fernando. Okay. I used to live in Long Beach. I lived in Long Beach, California, the 562. Holla. I'll ride with her. I'll slide with her. Flow some dogs from the LBC. I lived in Long Beach from 2004 to 2011. And then from Long Beach, I moved to Vegas from 11 to 13. But San Fernando Valley, boy, that's where the boys would say that's where the bodies are. Shit. The Valley? Is that the Inland Empire or no? Or is the IE and the Valley two different things, boy? Because I've heard some horror stories about the game. Like, you don't want to be getting, get caught missing in San Fernando Valley. Abner Figueroa, don't know either of them. That's on the parlay. People are saying Abner, somebody. Alfredo Cruz, Juan Paul Rivera, Henry LeBron. Yeah, when in doubt, mate, if you haven't heard of him, high interest, don't bet on it. I'm going to that fight, Arizona. Shit. Damn, good on you, mate. Shit's going to get active. You know how I be getting active. That's that press conference, dude, you know what? Every now and then, it's been a while, I'll watch that press conference, that Bud Crawford, Errol Spence Jr. press conference, where EJ's people in the stands were talking shit to Crawford. Do you guys remember that? And that's when Crawford grabbed the mic. He's like, I get active. Hell yeah, I got Katia Mike. I want to see Amon Katia versus David Morrell too. Let's go. So you think Edwin would have beat Keyshawn now? You believe he was easy money? Damn, I would have loved to see that fight. Did you guys hear what Keyshawn said today? Keyshawn said that he's fighting. We know he's fighting again. Dude, don't overlook Jermaine Ortiz. That's all I'm saying. From the interview I saw today, it seemed to me Keyshawn, the businessman who I'm a fan of, it seemed like Keyshawn was overlooking Jermaine. He said he's going to beat Jermaine and then go to 47. And then he wants to fight Devin at 47. I want to see Devin fight Lewis Crocker. I want to see Devin go to Northern Ireland. That's the thing, people. I think I think this phase of Devin, this era, he's going to win back all the fans. Because I heard Bill say some really inspiring stuff the other day about how Devin wants to travel. Like, people forget, Devin came to Australia twice. I don't care who he fought Jordan. Not many people want to get on that flight just for the flight. I've done it for 13 years. 15 hours from Sydney to LA straight. And then my family's in Northeast Ohio. So then you have to add another 5 hours. So not many fighters want to jump on a plane for that long, right? Dude, Devin flies to Northern Ireland to unify with Lewis Crocker? Bro, that would be amazing. I'd like to see that. I'd be down to see that. And from Bill's trying to talk like they're thinking about doing that. I think that'd be great. That's boxing. Boxing just isn't Las Vegas, guys. Boxing just isn't Madison Square Garden. Our sport is international. It started over there. Dude, to hear that, could you imagine the Haneys in Northern Ireland? They would love them, though. They would love them. Keyshawn versus Ortiz. I'm a big Jermaine Ortiz fan, man, but you know, you got to give credit when credit's due. I think, you know, the activity for Ortiz is playing in his favor because Keyshawn's been out a while. Hasn't been out that long, but you know, everything behind the scenes, that showcase in Norfolk, getting, you know, him missing the scales, getting stripped, going up. Jermaine Ortiz is a hungry dude, man. I like how he operates. This is a fun fight. I think the matchup is wrong for Ortiz, though. We'll see what's I'm a Keyshawn fan, dude. I think he's that dude. It's hard for me to bet against Keyshawn. He is changing camps, though. Keyshawn left Bomac. Very interesting stuff, guys. This is going to be a very fun year of boxing, boys. But is that dude who ain't a plong again? 100. I think that's how we all should be. I think we should all strive to be cool with everybody. Like, I'm gonna be cool. If you are cool with me, I will be cool with you. If you show me love, I'll show you love. If you respect me, I'll respect. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what color skin you have. I don't care what language you speak. Respect is the international language of love. If you respect me, I'll respect you. And that's a testament to being a man. That's a testament to being a responsible adult. And yeah, you know, people are kind of shocked lately seeing all the content. Bud Crawford doing a lot of content with streamers, and I'm like, that's just who Bud is, man. But Bud will pull your card. Crawford treats everybody the same way. That's the one thing I've always admired about him. You never see Crawford fanboying. You never see him going too much or too extra. He's always in his pocket. He's always in the zone. He's always like, that's a grown man. Crawford knows exactly who he is. That's another admirable trait about him, is how he always how he has always acted outside of the ring. Do you guys remember that footage that went viral 10 years ago now? Him and EJ behind the scenes. I think that was after it might have been, I don't know if it was an Adrian Broner fight, but you know, EJ's wearing the red coat and Crawford has his you know, little crew with him, and Crawford was the B side. They do the let's bet $1 million. They do that whole thing back and forth. Bob Arum is right there, and Crawford's boy is talking shit, and Errol calls Crawford's boy out, and EJ started turning it on. I was like, why are you talking? Who's the side dude talking? Why are you side talking? And then he kept, and EJ wouldn't let it go. And then Crawford was, but I'm here now. He was like, no, but now you're talking to me. But now you're talking to me. And Crawford was able to pull EJ back and keep that type of shit, man. Watch that if you don't know what I'm talking about. That's who Bud Crawford is. You know, it's one of my favorite things to go back and forth with. Sharp is better, dude. Thank you, Henky Kernawan. Appreciate you. Sharp is, whenever I could get compared to Teddy Atlas, that's the biggest compliment I could get. I'm just gonna get better. I'm not perfect. I put a lot of work into this. I do a lot of study. I do a lot of tape. I live this. I'm also a coach. I still train. I still spar. I live this life, and I appreciate the compliment. And welcome to the team, man. You're one of our newest JSB insiders. It's all right. I'm a slick casual bro, but I don't know a lot of fighters. You know a lot of fighters. You crazy. No one's coming to Belfast. Come, go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. My boy Luke's in Belfast on the night of the second Crocker Donovan fight. I'd done a treble on 3 and the moneyline Crocker. Diego Lova's turn. Let's go, mate. Exactly, man. Fox, bro. Dude, mate. Guys, I got to run. We're going live tomorrow. Let's get this money. I appreciate everybody. Virtual hug. Let's get after it.